Once upon a time, in the land south of Chicago, there was a school named St. Agnes. It was a wonderful school, filled with brilliant, awesome, creative children, and smart, cool, outstanding teachers. But the most amazing of all was their principal. One day, he said to the teachers,
"Teachers, we should do a musical about STEM!"
The teachers thought it was a marvelous idea and started work right away with a group of creative 7th and 8th grade students. The students worked very hard coming up with ideas for the play. They decided to call it Frankenstein, kind of based on the story of Frankenstein. They discussed ideas and worked on the script. They made drawings and worked on the script. They picked characters and worked on the script. They designed their costumes and worked on their script. They continued to work on their script. Mostly, they worked on their script. The teachers tried hard to keep them on a schedule. The students had lots of great ideas, but at some point, they had to work on the play. Some students dropped out of the program. The teachers were worried. They were running out of time, and a play requires many, many hours of rehearsals and more. They had a long creative script, but not much time. So, the teachers decided to make Frankenstein into a movie, which shouldn't have been as much work as a play. The students loved the idea of making a movie and started to rehearse as Mrs. Eberlin collected items for the scenes and made Frank the puppet.
What are you doing? I'm looking for Frank's owner, so I put an ad on Craigslist. Really, Mason? We are doll-bound and forced. If yours, message me, 10 cents and a taco. Registered under creepy Halloween items. Really, Mason? 10 cents? A taco?
What? Call me Maverick and you creep me out.
It's October 30th. Tomorrow is Halloween.
Alright, so...
That makes everything so much easier.
What?
Tomorrow's Halloween, and I can't leave you here because my mom and dad might find you. But I can take you to school. Everyone dresses up for Halloween at my school. You can dress up too. You're already a puppet. I could be the bride of Frankenstein, and you could be Frankenstein.
Whoa.
But things were going wrong. Delays were happening. Students weren't able to stay and work. Some forgot their costumes. Teachers got sick. The teachers were very worried. It looked like students were having less and less time to spend on the movie after school. Parents had things to do and needed to pick their children up. So, being the brilliant and creative school that St. Agnes is, a new movie was begun. More STEM, less Frankenstein.
Welcome to the all-new, super interesting, brilliant Frankenstein movie.
Welcome to Wildcat Generation Network. I'm Scarlett Lieblank
And I'm Mario Hunter.
and today we're going to be talking about STEM. First of all, what is STEM? Well, S is for science, T for technology, E for engineering, F for math.
Breaking news! The principal has gone insane. He has this crazy idea that just some ordinary kids can make a movie about STEM in 5 months. Like, come on. I mean, it takes poets like a year to write one story. How can we make an entire movie in 5 months? Alright, more on the story later.
I'm Jisoo Kim, and I am here with...
Frank and Francesco Stein.
So, Mr. Stein, how did you come up with the idea to make Frank?
Well, I like puppets, and so I found this one hanging in some toxic waste. That's probably green. And so I made this heart, and it's supposed to look like metal, but then it kind of looked weird like metal, so then I painted it. And so this is part of his skeleton. So now he's kind of moving kind of snake-like because it's not installed. So each of these plates helps him move and make sure he doesn't move too far back so he's not like SpongeBob. And so I use this as inspiration for the inside of his body. He has all the lungs and all of this, except it looks more mechanical and less meaty. And so this is kind of what's inside of his head, except instead there's little compact cylinders, AA batteries. And yeah, so that's how I use that. This, actually, I'm not sure what this is. Found it on the street, put it inside of him, see what it did. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, thank you so much. I am Jisoo Kim.
Here's Jack Ryan with a special STEM interview.
Hello there, I'm Jack Ryan, and I'm back to you with another special STEM report. I'm here with Mrs. Hamilton, who is St. Agnes's school secretary, and she's here to tell us how she uses STEM in her job.
Well, hi, Mr. Ryan. How are you today?
Good.
Well, how I use STEM is, one of the ways is Facebook. We have a Facebook account here at St. Agnes, and I update that all the time, as well as make sure that the comments that are being put on there are appropriate and make sure that everybody's using it the correct way. I also have an Instagram account that I monitor for St. Agnes as well. Another way that I use STEM is mathematics. When we do a lot of things with tuition and adding numbers and applying money. So there's another way that I use STEM in my job.
Thank you, Mrs. Hamilton. It sounds like you do very well at your job. Now back to Scarlett and Mario in the studio.
And now with the weather, there is no reason to be scared, folks. As you can see here, a giant STEM-nado is heading towards us all. Houses will be ripped from the ground. Anything will be forced to learn. Now, more on this story later. Back to Scarlett.
Well, thank you for that interesting and horrifying news. Well, now let's go to Jisoo Kim with another STEM news.
안녕하세요. I am Jisoo Kim and I am here with.
Mrs. Everlyn.
So, Mrs. Everlyn, how do you use STEM every day?
Well, we use STEM in many different ways, but one of the ways I use it is in art. And I'm always telling kids, math is everywhere, even in art. And what I've drawn here is a one-point perspective picture. And we're going to show you how we use math and measuring to make this look 3D or real. I've drawn a horizon line, which is the line where the earth meets the sky. I have a sun. I have a road that gets skinnier as it goes further back. And then I have these funky palm trees. The palm trees follow a line, and they will follow that in size to make them get smaller. Because the closer things are to you, the bigger they appear. The further away, the smaller they appear.
So, where did you get this idea of making the palm trees and the sunset and everything?
There's a bunch of books out there about perspective, and I personally like the beach, and I did put the beach in this one, but I like palm trees and sunsets, so that's why I started with this. So to make this smaller, I'm going to use my ruler, and I measure from the tree that I already have to the point, which is called the vanishing point. So I've got 11 inches, half of 11 is 5.5. So that's where I'm going to draw my next tree. And that tree will go from this line all the way down, and it's a little bit skinnier because it's going to be a little bit further away. And you're thinking to yourself, doesn't look that different, does it, Mrs. Everlyn? What am I going to do next? I measure again. Okay, 4.5 inches, half of 4.5 inches, a little bit about 2 5/8. So now, my next tree is about like this. I'm going to make that one a little even skinnier, so it's a little bit further away. Measure again. Half of 2 is 1. My next tree is even a lot smaller. And see, I also make sure that they're kind of on a line like that, and that line would get erased later when I'm drawing. Do you think I have room for one more, Jisoo?
Yes.
Okay, so half of 1 inch is going to be a ½ inch, so that last tree, and dry erase doesn't want to work here, that last tree is going to be way in the distance. So you can see, once I take these dotted lines out, how we show perspective and how we're showing that things get smaller as they go further away. And we use measuring.
Thank you, Mrs. Summerlin. Now back to the studio. I am Jisoo.
Hello, and welcome to Mario Hunter on the Spot. Today we will...
What is this? Can't see very well. Get the big seeing eye. Hello.
Hello, sir?
Hello.
You're on Mario Hunter on the Spot. Today we're going to be interviewing you about STEM. You obviously know a lot about science, right?
Well, I'm not really a scientist. I'm Matt Lungaro, principal of St. Agnes Catholic School. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, plot twist. Oh, my little heart couldn't take that. Well, okay, turns out you're not a scientist. You actually are the principal.
Yes.
All right. Now, please, tell us, how do you use STEM in your everyday life?
Well, let me tell you how I use STEM. It's the technology piece of it. We have a lot of online programs for which I have to be knowledgeable about, RAS Kids and Mathletics. And
Can you describe some of them to us, please?
Well, RAS Kids is a book is an online program where students read books, and Mathletics is all about math. Let's see. We also have a website. We've got Power School. I have School Messenger, where I have to send out messages to everybody. I email the Blue Note to people. You ever get my Blue Note?
Yes, I get it. It's really fascinating.
Absolutely. Some engineering. I have to know how this building operates with all the gas and the electric and the asbestos and the water and the heat and the cold and the roof. Lots of things with engineering. Math, it's all about the budget. Making sure the budget is kept careful.
The budget runs everywhere.
Yes, it does.
Thank you. All right. Anything else?
I want you to know, Mario, you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. I get the help.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's really all for me then, huh?
Oh, thank you then. This has been Mario Hunter on the Spot. Now back to you. Start.
Hello, this is Frank E. Stein here with Father John to tell you about how he needs STEM every day. Hello, Father.
Hey, Frank. It's good to see you. Glad you could make it today.
Good to see you too.
And who's the friend you brought along with you, Frank?
This is Scarlett Lee Blake.
Scarlett Lee Blake. I love that. Very nice. So, you want to know how I use STEM each and every day? Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to start with Sunday, the first day of the week. I look out and I try and count how many people are going to fill all those pews out there. And when I do, I put that math in my head and I think, I have to have enough bread for communion. I have to have the right number. So I think, okay, how many hosts did I count? And then, if I don't have enough, I have to look at Mr. Opat. He's my right-hand man, just like Scarlett seems to be your right-hand girl. And then, we make sure we have enough hosts for communion. That's the one way I use math. I was also thinking about technology. You know what? Every time I come into church, I have to make sure the lights work. All 20 switches have to be put on. Yeah, look at that. I have to get a microphone. You two are good with microphones. Well, I have this portable mic. It's not always so easy to use. Because sometimes it switches on, sometimes it switches off, and then sometimes the batteries go dead. And so, dead, yeah.
They die?
They die.
They have lives?
9 lives, kind of like cats. It is, just like a cat. But I don't like when they die. That's not good. I like my batteries alive.
Do they go to heaven?
Oh, everyone goes to heaven.
Even batteries?
Even you, Frank, will go to heaven. Yes, I know.
That's what's up.
Yes. So that's kind of the ways, I think, in just a quick way, that I use technology here at church. In my office, I'm constantly doing numbers to put money in the bank to make sure we can pay for everything, that the building's in good shape. And again, technology, my computer's always on because I have to send emails, get emails, check downtown to see what the office downtown wants us to do. It's constant.
Well, thank you, Father. This was Frank E. Stein reporting to you live from the church. Now to Jack from The Incredibles Ryan.
Hello, I'm Jack Ryan, and today we'll be talking about Mr. Kozlowski. Mr. Kozlowski is the assistant building superintendent in our building, and he also used to be the assistant fire chief for the fire department of Chicago Heights. Some of the ways he uses STEM is he has to know fire science, which allows him to know what it'll take to start a fire. To meet a fire, you need oxygen. You also need fuel and heat, and at a chemical reaction, you have a fire. He uses the technology part of STEM by knowing the working order of fire alarms and fire suppression systems, which alert the occupants if there's a fire. He uses the engineering part of STEM aids him with allowing him to know the proper placement of sprinkler heads, smoke detectors, and other notification devices. The math part of STEM aids him in allowing him to know the amount of water pressure needed in a sprinkler system to effectively extinguish a fire. So let it be understood that STEM, as it relates to life safety, will not only save property, but also save lives. Now to Jisoo on the spot.
I am Jisoo Kim, and I am here with
Mrs. DeCastro.
So, Mrs. DeCastro, tell me, how do you use STEM every day?
Why, thank you. Well, as the first grade teacher here, obviously I use STEM when I teach science and math topics with my first graders. We do use some engineering to do some problem solving as well. So that's how obviously I use STEM in my daily teaching. But I'm not just a teacher. The students here know that I'm also a musician. I am a member of a choir, and I also cantor the masses here. And there's a lot of math in music. And if you would give me a moment, I will demonstrate. So here we have some notes, and the students here at St. Agnes learn about the note values from Mr. Opat, our music teacher. The whole note has 4 beats. If you divide a whole note into half, you get 2 half notes, which are 2 beats apiece. You divide the half notes, and you get 4 quarter notes, which are 1 beat apiece. You divide the quarter notes into 8th notes, and then to 16th notes, etc., etc. So there's a lot of math and fractions and dividing in music. And so, if you know the rhythms of words, you can add the rhythm of the words to the rhythm of the notes. For example, STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. STEM is so much fun. And then you have a song. So there's a lot of math in music. So obviously STEM is very important. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And if you had to choose between math or music, what would you choose?
Between math and music. Well, I don't know if I could make the choice because I do enjoy teaching math to my first graders. We have a lot of fun creating story problems and adding and subtracting. We have a lot of math games. Music is a big part of my life, so I don't know if I could make that choice. I just know that STEM is very important in both of my loves, and I don't think I could live without my STEM. So there you go.
Well, very good. Now, thank you for the really, really amazing information.
You're very welcome.
And
thank you.
We're going to head back to Scarlett in the studio.
Well, thank you, Gisa, for that interview. Now, Mario has another interview.
Oh no, I'm late. Only a miracle could save me now.
I can help you.
Welcome to Mario Hunter on the Spot. Here we interview special STEM participants. Mr. G, please tell us, how do you use STEM in your everyday life?
Well, in a pizza place, we actually will use STEM to design a pizza oven to cook the pizzas.
Ooh, that sounds good.
What we can do is we have our basic burner oven, and it will actually blow heat from both the top and the bottom of the oven.
Fascinating.
So what we can do to cook the pizzas, however, is we can actually put a conveyor belt that runs right through the middle of the oven. When we finish making the pizzas, we put the pizza on the conveyor, and the conveyor will pull the pizza directly through the oven to the other side where it will be finally cooked.
Ah, that seems very more quick than just a normal oven.
Absolutely. The old style of putting it in the brick oven and waiting for it to cook and double checking it all the time. Here we can see when the pizza comes out, if it's too done, we simply turn the temperature down. If it's the crust is not quite done, maybe we can adjust the speed of the conveyor oven. So it's all very much adjustable, and somebody had to design this whole concept to speed up the process of making the pizzas.
Ah, you must have been very smart. Well, thank you, Mr. G, for this interview. Now, back to Scarlett.
Here we're back with Father John with outside. Well, tell us, how do you keep your garden alive?
Scarlett, it's good to see you again. You know what? Gardening is one of my favorite things I do in my pastime. So I like to fertilize. It makes the plants get stronger, keeps them in good shape. We get lots of flowers from them, like those beautiful tulips back there. And it's also a good place for the birds and for the squirrels to come. I enjoy feeding the birds because then you can see them, they fly into the trees, they're in the bushes, they enjoy the area. And it's kind of nice because it buffers the noise you hear in the background, those cars, all the trees and bushes, make it a little quieter. It's kind of like a place of rest down here for me. So that's why I enjoy doing it. But it really is, it takes science, it takes the science of plants, because after a while, sometimes the plants get too big, and then you have to split them. And then you have to move them so that you can get more plants from just one plant. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and especially on a day like today, when the sun came out, it's so beautiful. This is perfect.
What would you do if, like, all your plants were really big?
If all my plants were really big, the trees I would trim and shade, and I do that all the time. I kind of have to trim them in the fall and sometimes in the spring. These ones in the ground, I do split them, and then I either put them in new places or I give them away to friends. Because if we give them away to friends, then we get more and more and more of them. Yeah. You know, I kind of, probably about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, this was all concrete because we didn't have a backyard. But over that time, we took the concrete out, put all the grass in, the trees, the bushes, and it really does change. It changes the perspective, and it makes it like a wildlife habitat. Because now I have squirrels, I have birds. I one year had even deer that came into our parking lot, and they're running through. So it's kind of exciting to see the difference we can make if we use science and use it for good.
So, how many times do you come out here during your free time?
If I am lucky, I at least get out here twice a day. Now, to work on the garden, I don't have to work that much. It takes care of itself. So maybe once a week I come out to really do work. But to come out here and to sit and to relax and enjoy it, if I can come out twice a day, I'm doing pretty good. It helps me in the rest of my day.
Well, thank you for coming on. Now back to the studio.
Hello, I'm Jack Ryan. Today we will be interviewing Mrs. Hummel. Well, she left her paper here, so I will be Mrs. Hummel today. Mrs. Hummel is our kindergarten teacher here at St. Agnes Catholic School. She uses STEM by having to know how to design her classroom and how to know how to build storage spaces for her classroom. Now, before we go, I'd like to add Mrs. Hummel is very knowledgeable with STEM and a great teacher for the kindergartners. Now, to Mario and Frank on the spot.
Welcome back to Mario Hunter on the Spot. Today we are going to be interviewing Frank, the star of the movie that was supposed to come out. Hello, Frank. How do you use STEM?
Well, I'm actually a super dope superhero who uses his robot strength to save cats. I gotta use the right angle to get cats out of the trees.
You know I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah? Well, how do you use STEM?
I make a pizza with science by using the right temperature so people don't get sick.
Lame. I bet I use more STEM than you.
Really? Show me.
I put out firemen. We have to set the water to the proper water pressure to put them out. Boy, don't make me flame you.
Tell the truth now.
You tell the truth. You're nothing but a puppet.
So are you.
Solid burn, my dude. Solid burn.
I know.
For an anchoring pizza, man.
How dare you?
Solid burn return.
Just tell me, how do you use STEM?
Fine. In real life, I'm a rapper.
Oh gosh.
No, really, I am. I use science so I know how deep a breath I have to take when I spit my hot rhymes. I use technology when I set up the pyrotechnics at my shows. I use engineering when I mix the tracks on the keyboard for my music. I use math so I know how much I can afford on props and backup dancers and stuff.
Okay, well...
We want to hear my freestyle?
We have no...
I spit bars!
Right.
Like Kendrick Lamar!
We have no
near
time.
and far!
No time.
I like to drive cars!
Stop it!
While looking at stars!
That's just
Chilling with
hurry.
Bruno Mars!
So cringe.
If you think that's so cringy, I'd like to see what you use STEM for.
I will have you know I work at the pizza place with Mr. G.
Lame.
It's fun. Don't say that.
Sorry. Not really!
Want to hear my pizza freestyle?
No time for that. Back to you, Scarlett.
No, wait.
No. Ain't nobody got time for that. Hello, this is Augustus Napoleon here with Mrs. Rome, talking to her about how she uses STEM every day. How do you use STEM every day?
Hello, Augustus. I'm happy to tell you how I use STEM. I use math when I cook and when I go to the grocery store. And I also use it when I work in aftercare so I can have the correct time and the amount of minutes for the parents. I also use my science and technology when I check my Facebook and my email every day, and happily when I check all my recordings on my DVR for my TV shows.
Thank you, Mrs. Rome.
You're more than welcome.
This is Augustus Napoleon signing.
This is Mario Hunter, and...
Frank, I'm on TV. Hi, Mom.
with your latest news on the STEM NATO that's raging through the town.
It's big.
It's huge.
It's gargantuan.
Thank you, Frank, for all those interesting words.
I got hit by the STEM NATO.
You did?
Yeah.
No wonder you have all those words.
Infallible.
Huh?
Indelible.
Huh?
Inconceivable.
Huh?
Is how you're feeling right now.
I don't understand.
2 + 2 = 4.
Excuse me?
I'm smart.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Hey!
What?
That is very inappropriate. Big word, huh?
I don't understand. Are you speaking some other language?
Are you insinuating that I don't use big words like this?
I do not understand what you are saying.
Insinuating means to seem like. Bet you didn't know.
I didn't. I didn't get hit by the stemnado.
Yeah, well, guess what? It's a good thing, everyone. Get hit by the stemnado. I know it sounds horrible and terrible and scary. Mom, it's okay. You can get hit by it, but you won't get hurt. It'll literally just blow right through you, and it'll feel like you're taking a bath.
What is that? The stemnado's coming by quad!
Didn't it feel like taking a bath in glitter and sparkles and
A tornado that makes you learn that is unconceivable.
Oh, look at that big word you used.
Huh?
Yeah.
Where did I learn all this from?
Well, you learned from the stemnado.
Oh, okay. Breaking news.
My acquaintance.
Oh, okay. Breaking news. Get hit by the stemnado. It'll make you learn.
It'll make you a genius.
Huh?
Oh yeah, too small of a word. My bad. It'll make you a.
Just speak.
Einstein.
Okay. Well, I need my friend Frank is going insane. Back to you, Scarlett.
For you, one for me.
I mean, I know that's just a puppet, but that's just wrong.
You want some?
Oh yeah.
Well, deal with it.
Mrs. Napoleon, back to you with Mr. Tippecanoe and Miss Plunka. How do you two use STEM every day?
Can you repeat the question?
How do you two use STEM every day?
Oh, you STEM every day. Well,
Mr. Tippecanoe was actually a client of mine and our third grade engineers. He needed
a fireplace. As you can see, can you hear me?
Yeah.
As you can see, I needed a fireplace built according to specific specifications. Because I am Mr. Tippecanoe, and I'm a very busy man. So, according to these specs, right here, I needed a mantle built. I mean a fireplace built. And as you can see right here, this is the finished product. And it looks fantastic. Thanks to you, Miss Blanca, and your third grade class.
Who is this?
That's my great aunt, Babette. Kind of like my secretary, but just not my great aunt anymore. That's a shark.
On a fireplace?
What? Why are you asking so many questions? Listen, I just want you to know, Miss Blanca, that fireplace is fantastic.
We're very proud of our finished product.
In my living room. And you, Mr. Augustus, I want to thank you for your time, but I'm just out of time. Easy for you to say. I'm just about out of time because I'm a very busy man.
Okay.
Thank you.
So how long did it take you to build the fireplace?
It took us about 3 weeks because my students use science, technology, engineering, and math, using all the different steps to build this fireplace. Mr. Tippecanoe had very specific wants and needs for this fireplace, so they had to use trial and error by figuring out how big they needed their materials to be, how much of their materials they needed to use. They needed to measure each one of the bricks here. Hey, Mr. Tippecanoe even wanted his logs in a certain size, so they needed to measure those. The mantle needed to be a certain size, so they used different measurements, including metric and customary, to get those exact sizes that he needed. They had to put all these parts together so that they engineered this model. All that they were provided with were the materials, just the paper, and the measurements. So they had to engineer how they were going to come up with it. And they weren't sure on certain things what they were called. So a firebox, for instance. This black part is called a firebox.
That is firebox.
they needed it to be 1 foot high, 1 foot and 7 inches high, and 2 feet wide. So they needed to first figure out what a firebox was. So they used technology by searching on our computers what a firebox was, what a mantle was, what order they should put it in. So they used all different parts of STEM to create that model.
One more question. Was Mr. Tippy hit by the STEM needle?
I think he was hit very hard. You can see the effects.
Okay. Well, back to Jack Ryan on the roof.
Hello, I'm Jack Ryan. This is another STEM interview. I'm here with Mr. Brothers, the St. Agnes Building and Grounds Supervisor, and he's here to tell us how he uses STEM in everyday life.
Yes, as Connor said, I am the Building and Grounds Supervisor for St. Agnes properties. They are very vast. This is a rooftop unit that supplies heating and air conditioning for this portion of the building, which is all the offices. That large unit up there is one of two that supplies the heating and air conditioning for the church proper. We have 4 more units like this one that supplies heating and air conditioning for the junior high, the top floor. Rooftop units can be very useful in situations where there is rooms underneath, but it doesn't work well on middle floors and undergrade rooms. That's where we come into like boilers, which we're not going to get into today, but we will. We have tags on these machines here. How much horsepower that it takes to run a motor, which would be part of your science, as well as the power that it takes, and also how heating is used in the winter, which back in the Stone Ages was basically a fire, and also air conditioning, which there was none, which was usually where ice would be cut from lakes and stored for the summer for refrigerators. But now we have these units to make our environment a lot cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. The technology portion of this has to do with how engineering has developed over the years. It's came a long way from the boiler that we will show you from technology of the 20s. This is 70s, 80s, and 90s technology. Mathematics comes into it with BTUs, the measurement of gas that is used to create heat, as well as electricity in kilowatts to measure the amount of energy that we're using during the summer to produce electricity to cool and our compressors that produce air conditioning in the summer. And if there's any questions, these units probably are about 300 horsepower with at least maybe 7,000 BTUs. The one on the roof is you can double that as far as how much BTUs are used in kilowatts to produce an environment which makes it very comforting during the time that we're in this building. So back to you, Mr. Ryan.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brothers. That was, you covered all the bases on STEM that they use in our building. So thank you for your interview, and now back to Charlotte and Mario in the studio.
I'm sorry, Mario. Here's an apple.
I have no teeth. You seriously think I can eat that?
I'm sorry. I'll chew it for you. Also, you have an interview right now.
What? Okay,
Bye.
see ya.
Bye.
Welcome back to Mario Hunter on the Spot. Today we are with Miss Flamini. Please tell us, how do you use STEM in your everyday life?
In my everyday life, I find that we use STEM in our homes, at school, and for work. At home, I find that when I'm cooking, I use fractions, counting, measuring. Chemical reactions happen, and geometry when I'm looking at the shapes of things that I'm making, as well as material like that. Shopping, we're comparing prices, greater and less than, we're adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. looking at geometry, shapes, and sizes. When we're watching sports, we use time, statistics, keeping score, and communication. And when we're playing games, we use counting and basic facts.
I love to cook too.
And I bet you're an excellent cook.
I am.
I believe
I make a killer pasta.
Oh, you can come over anytime and help me.
Yeah.
Recycling is something I also do. I find that geometry helps me figure out where to put the materials. We put things in categories, and we're always sorting. We're always using those critical thinking skills. And every household has a budget. So basic math, probability, we're always using that probability and a lot of problem solving.
Yep.
And we also use a computer for storing our information. And I know that a lot of us like to use our tablets for learning and also for entertainment.
Yeah. Speak more dog videos for life.
Yeah, these are some ways we use things at home. Now at school, everyone knows that as learners, we're constantly keeping track of time, so we need to know how to tell time.
Yeah, time necessary.
And keeping score during gym games and recess involve counting and statistics. Those are really good math skills.
Yeah.
We also use computer technology for homework and classwork, categorizing materials. We sort, we organize, we add, subtract, we multiply, divide, all through the day. And we are constantly problem solving everything.
What kind of games do you play with these mathematics?
Oh, we play all kinds of games. We have a pizza game for fractions that the kids like to do, and they sometimes use that at recess. And we also play games for activities and prizes, where we have groups or sometimes individuals. We just, look at odds and evens and get the kids used to different types of math for upstairs. And, we just normal games. Sometimes it's just for fun. And we're looking at teamwork and helping one another at times, and other times we're working individually for keys and other items.
That sounds entertaining.
It is. We get a kick out of it, and kids like to do it all the time. So at work, everyone knows I'm a teacher, so everyone knows what teachers do at school.
Yep. They're hardworking.
Mm-hmm. Outside of work, I also work in another job that a lot of the kids have seen me. When they come shopping and that, I see them and their parents. And right now, I've been working about 6.5 months as a cashier.
Ooh.
Something different. I count, I problem solve, I use computer skills, I add, subtract, multiply, divide. I work with different denominations of money, all math skills. And I'm also using technology, scanner usage, communication technology, and also observations, very powerful. We remember that from the time we used to do that in science. The ability to look at things and make decisions help with the critical thinking. Now, currently they're trying to train me to get back into the pharmacy, and to do that, I have to know Latin. I have to remember the SIG codes.
Latin?
Yes.
Wow.
And I know that when you were in 4th grade, we used to study the Latin species names. Do you remember that?
It was cool.
Yeah. And Roman numerals, ratios and proportions, how much water I add to a product when I'm making medicines, when I'm preparing them, decimals, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, computer, communication technology, huge changes. We're actually walking around with headphones now.
Ooh.
Here's one new. I'm starting to learn how to do this. We have robotic assistants. Yeah, so for the top 200 medicines, the robotic arm will pick the medication and fill it for us. So I'm learning how to do that now. You have to do a lot of rounding, you have to do a lot of measurement, a lot of metrics, and we have to always convert between the US and the metric systems. And you know when you're dealing with science, you have a lot of chemical reactions. So this last one we were doing an exothermic reaction where things change and the bottle actually gets warm to prepare the items so the medicine works. So these are some of the things I do on the weekend.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's something interesting. I've been doing it for a short time. But you know, I've always been a teacher at heart. So I look at what Pope Francis said about education. And he said that true education enables us to love life and opens us to the fulfillments of life, the fullness of it.
I love that quote.
Yeah. And that's what science does. STEM helps us to live better lives and to enjoy our lives and to better understand the world around us. So thank you so much for coming. And
It's no problem. My pleasure.
Thank you. And the best wishes for a great future in STEM as well as everything else.
I hope for that too. Well, you heard it here first, folks. This has been Mario Hunter on the spot. Back to you, Scarlett.
Oh, hello. So, thank you, Napoleon, with that interviewer. Now to Jisoo Kim.
Hello, I am Jisoo Kim and I'm here with
Miss Tracy.
So, Miss Gracie, how do you use them in your everyday life?
Well, I use STEM in my everyday life when I go grocery shopping. It's called consumer math. And that's the way we find out whether buying products singly, like a single pair, is more economical and the best value for our money than buying fruits and vegetables or other items in bulk. Maybe spending a higher amount but getting a better value per pound. So when I use consumer math, I use rates to find out whether the amount I'm spending on a big item, like $2.99 for all of this fruit, for maybe 3 pounds of fruit, is a better value than spending $1.49 for maybe 1 pound, or just a single piece of fruit would be a better value. So that's how I use consumer math in my everyday life.
So Miss Gracie, when is it not beneficial to buy items in bulk?
I'm really glad you asked that. Sometimes stores want you to buy items in bulk because they charge a higher price overall, but you know when you do your consumer math that it's cheaper per pound. But if you only have 1 or 2 people that use the food item, you don't want to buy in bulk like this because the food item might go bad before you're able to eat it, and then you've wasted your money. It's much better to buy in a smaller quantity, such as by the pound or single pieces of fruit, if you're not going to eat it right away. Other times, it's important to make sure you get the better value because some stores try to trick you. They want you to buy the big container because they want you to believe that it's cheaper. But every now and again, the smaller items are the more economical value. So you always want to make sure you can do your consumer math so you know which one is the better value.
Well, thank you, Miss Gracie.
You're so welcome.
Welcome once again to Mario Hunter on the spot. Today we will be interviewing Mrs. Mrs. Johnson. Where are you? Okay. Alright, I forgot. She's serving lunch right now. Better head down there quick. Alright. So, Mrs. Johnson uses STEM by using calculators every single day to determine how many lunches she needs to serve to the students. She also uses a convection oven, which uses a fan to blow around heat to cook food faster. And she also uses refrigerators and milk coolers to maintain safe temperatures. To keep food and milk out of danger zone and prevent spoilage and bacteria, we need to protect them for the students, and they can be safely served. Now, back to the... Oh wait, I forgot, I'm at the studio. Alright, well, see you, Scarlett.
And here's Miss Everlyn with some STEM experiments.
Good morning, first grade.
Good morning, Mrs. Everlyn.
Very nice. Who can tell me what these are? Okay, good. What are these, Aiden?
Batteries?
Okay. What do you do with a battery, Andrew?
You put it in
Can you use a battery in a toy?
yeah.
If you put the battery in the toy, what happens?
It will work.
It'll work. Okay. Do batteries last forever?
No.
Okay. Okay. So batteries make things work that are electronic. It can turn lights on. It can make a toy move. It can make your computer work or your calculator work. Okay. So, what are these? Colin.
Potatoes?
Potatoes. What do you do with potatoes, Colin? What do you do with potatoes?
You can make them into potato chips.
You can make them into potato chips. What else, Sammy?
You can make them into energy.
Make them into energy. Ooh, Sammy's getting ahead of me. Oh, I think key to success for Sammy. Okay, but what does Mrs. Everlyn have?
French fries.
Yeah. So what else could you do with potatoes? Jackie.
Make French fries.
Make French fries. You guys want to sniff those? Yeah. They're not super fresh. They've been sitting around for an hour. I had to reheat them, but okay. So you can make them and you can make potatoes and French fries. And pass it around. What are these? What do I make those potatoes into? Jose. What did I make those potatoes into? What do we call those?
Chicken nuggets.
No.
Napkin.
No. Silly. Baked potatoes. So you can bake potatoes. Okay, pass potatoes over to Mrs. DeCastro, please. So potatoes are usually a food, right?
Yes.
Oh, are we talking right now? Because I'm the only one who gets to talk. Okay? Potatoes are usually a food. But Sammy said we can turn them into energy. Now, what makes a battery work is there are chemicals inside. And those chemicals work together with a positive side and a negative side. Anybody ever see the plus and the minus sign on a battery? Okay, so that's the positive and the negative. So the chemicals in the potatoes can make the potatoes work to turn on our clock. So let's see if this is going to work. Mrs. Everlyn did this earlier. So I put one in there. I'm going to put one in here. We need to put our clock out front. We'll prop it up on this potato so we can see it work. And then, I'm going to look at my directions here. I'm going to put one of these in here. And these are copper and zinc. They're two different metals. Now, let's see if we're going to get enough energy to get our clock to work. Is it? Oh, it's upside down?
It's working.
Okay. Now, it's not real strong. I'm guessing because there's not a lot of energy. But it did work, right?
Yeah.
So we can make energy from potatoes. We can make a clock work. Okay? So that's pretty cool. I'm going to leave that here and just going to set that there. Now, since I was in McDonald's this morning, I got a Diet Coke. I really like Diet Coke, even though it's probably not the best thing for me. But I really like it. And I'm told that Diet Coke has enough of little chemicals in it, soda does, to make this little sound chip make a sound. So we're going to see if that's right. Okay? So I've got two little cups here. And science is so much fun, and a lot of it has, some of it can have to do with food. Okay, let's try it. So I'm going to put some Diet Coke in this one. I'm hoping it works with diet soda. I never thought it might only work with regular soda. We will find out. This is part of science, isn't it, boys and girls?
Yes.
Or not? Okay, I'm going to do this so people can see. Now, so I have my zinc and my copper. So those go in there and help complete the circuit. Because the power and the circuit kind of has to go through things. And then I'm going to put the zinc in this one and the copper in this one. Now listen. Shh. Now, here's a way I can make the sound louder. I can amplify it by putting it on the paper cup. What does amplify mean, Jose? To make something louder, I owe you a key to success. Exactly. Is that pretty cool or what?
Yes.
Now I got one more though. So one other thing that I'm told can help complete the circuit or make electricity, we can use dirt. The dirt can't be dry dirt though, it has to have moisture in it. Okay, so I have my two plants here. I have two cactuses. I'm going to stick this in the dirt, and I watered it a little bit ago so that they're not all dry. Okay, and now I'm going to take my little sound chip and bring it up front. We got to be really quiet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I can hear it.
So did we make some electricity from dirt?
Yes.
So this morning we made electricity from what three things, everybody? Potatoes, soda, and dirt. And that's just like chemicals that are in a battery. Okay? So how many of you thought this was cool? Very good. Thank you, first grade.
You are welcome, Mrs. Everland.
Hello, I'm Jack Ryan, and today we're here with Miss Krasik, and we are going to be talking about sports. Not just any sport, baseball. Now, Miss Krasik is an avid baseball fan, and we all know what team she roots for.
That's right, the only team that counts.
But for the benefit of our audience, I'm going to ask her, now, Miss Krasik, what team do you root for?
I root for the Southside Chicago White Sox.
But,
Is there a
why?
problem with that?
The Cubs are so much better and winninger and better. Why do you root for the Sox?
That might be because the Sox have won a few more years ahead of the Cubs.
Yes, but the Cubs have a much more loyal fan base, and we are not fair weather fans like some Sox fans.
Fair weather, you say? Well, I disagree. You know, even Harry Carey was a Sox fan originally. Thank you very much.
I have a report here. Harry Carey actually grew up a St. Louis Cardinals fan. He was not a Sox fan.
That is right, but your Cardinals fans become your Sox fans. And that's exactly what happened with Mr. Harry Carey.
Well, I beg to differ, but I also have a report. 100% of people say it's better to root for the Cubs than the Sox. So I think he may need to convert.
Before I convert, you may need to check the facts, Mr. Ryan, because 100% doesn't include me.
Well, she says Cubs, I said Sox. What do you think?
I think we're going to have to wait perhaps another 108 years to get it settled.
Or maybe this year.
We'll just have to wait and see, baseball fans.
This is Jack Ryan with sports.
Welcome back to Mario Hunter on the Spot. Today we will be interviewing Mrs. Santor. Oh, okay, she's not here at the moment, so I'm just going to wing this. Okay, Miss Santori has to use math to figure out how much you would need to make a recipe. Also, if she has a big family gathering, she will also have to know how much you would need to triple a recipe. Using science, she has to try to figure out how to use resources in the best manner possible, to reduce water and recycling anything if possible. And instead of buying new things, you can reuse them to make something new. In engineering, she makes Lego activities with her grandson, and she makes moving machines with them, using a Lego activity book, of course, and building different types of circuits.
And that's all the time we have, folks. This has been Wildcat Generation News, starring Augustus Napoleon, Frank.
Mario. But wait,
Who's that guy?
I am Mario Hunter.
Oh, and I'm Scarlet. And this is Jisoo. Jisoo, what happened?
And I'm Jack Ryan. Hold on, can we acknowledge the fact that that guy is a dude? Mario's a puppet?
I talk in Russian accent. I talk in Russian accent. Yes, calm down. This is fake.
Well, this has been a stimmerific experience. Who is this guy?
I don't know.
I am the real Mario Hunter.
You are the weird.
Yes.
Anyway, this has been Stimtastic. Come on, guys, make some stem puns with me. Stimmerific. Stimpendous.
I have
awesome.
I have
Stem.
puns. I have
Stem. Stem.
Stem.
Stem. S-T-E-M. Stem. Stem. That's all, folks.
Bye.
Hello, St. Agnes. It's me, Frank. I want you all to remember, kindness changes the brain, kindness changes the world.
Well, we're starting. And now, here's Miss Everman with some. Welcome to Wildcat Generation Network. Good afternoon. This is Julissa.
This is Mario Hunter. We have your latest news on the STEM NATO. Yes, this might look terrible. Yes, very terrible. But still, it's very good for us. See, STEM. STEM is good, I think. So, if you do not want to learn a ton today, avoid this. If you don't know where it is, just look at that. Watch out. The words will be coming from it to learn.
Alright. Single, orange, or pear. Like we have over there. Somebody give me a pear.
Game is here. Never mind. I'm out.
Alright, that was filming.
I know.
Somebody I also have an Instagram account. And I update Instagram as well because our principal, Mr. Lingaro, does daily selfies.
Oh, Mr. Tippecanoe, I like your mustache. What is the point of these?
Well! What's your name again, man?
Augustus Napoleon.
Is this being videotaped right now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
This is just a run through.
My name is Tipper Canoe, Mister to you, and I'm a very busy man.
Hello, mister.
Let me hold on to this. This thing right here is called a fireplace, and I requested that these young men and women make up a copy using their science and technology and math to make me a fireplace according to certain parameters. Can you hear me all right?
Very low.
Take that, I don't need that. And they did! And it looks fantastic. As you can see, I got a picture of my great aunt Bernadette right there on the fireplace mantle, which they created perfectly. Perfect!
Thank you.
You're welcome.